Hello and welcome to another episode of Middle Class Film Class. I'm your host for today, Joseph.
Peter.
And welcome to the first episode of our new format where we will be covering two different movies in the same episode.
Yeah, that's right.
And we're going back to the topics. And our first one of this semi-new-ish format or new way of doing it is heist movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, the heist, a subgenre of crime movies. And I think we should maybe define exactly what a heist movie is, because it's a lot different from when they first started coming out to what they've evolved to now.
Yeah.
You know, it's broadened what heist of the mind, Inception, or your traditional heist of a bank robbery or jewelry or something like your Oceans.
I guess that Inception's weird because they're doing two things. Number one, two things unconventional. They're not stealing property. It's not in the physical world, it's in the mind. But they're not stealing anything. They're putting something in.
Yeah, it's like a reverse heist.
Yeah, they're putting something back.
Yeah.
I always think of the Oceans movies as the first. I mean, Ocean's 11. I watched it at a formidable age, and I remember thinking, this is a great movie. Only as I got older did I realize how it really is a phenomenal movie on its own and as a heist movie.
Yeah. Yeah, and also another thing about this episode is that it's a tree cutting special.
Oh yeah, we're still in our tree cutting era.
Yeah.
If you're watching this on its release, it hasn't been an entire week of tree cutting. We're recording this back to back like normal
On the same day.
Pants off.
Yes.
And the giant tree came down on my car, and the city came out very quickly and decided this morning, and they decided not to just to trim the tree, but they're taking it completely down. So
yeah, they got rid of the whole thing.
It's gone. And the chipper's out there doing its job and destroying that.
Chipping away.
So,
yes.
What do you think about, what movie do you think about when you think of heist movies?
I mean, the first thing that comes to mind,
Heist?
based on my age, is the Ocean's movies.
Yeah,
right? Because they are like a heist movie, in my opinion, sort of separate from like, I guess like a formal definition, if there even is one, a unanimous definition, is like the story has to be centralized around a specific
job,
heist, robbery of some sorts, and that is like penultimate to like the characters and everything, as opposed to like a movie where there is a bank robbery in it, but it has nothing.
I think
really
a bank robbery and a heist are different, though.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you're like, maybe I can think it's maybe the complexity of the robbery, it turns it into a heist, where like a bank robbery traditional, you think of like a Place Beyond the Pines or a Hell of High Water, where they just go into the front door, wave a gun around, and they take the money and they go.
Yeah. Or a Western about people who just rob like Western banks.
Yeah, sure. That's a traditional bank. That's a bank robbery movie in my mind. Or it's a movie that has a bank robbery in it. A heist would be something like they intercept the train on the way to the bank, so they had to have intelligence to know where the train was. They had the equipment or the horses to be able to get onto the train.
Yeah,
they have to practice, and like the movie spends time with the minutia of how they're going to do it.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like in the Ocean's 11, you think you know a lot about how they're going to do it, and then the reveal subverts all that. And the audience is kept in the dark on some key moments to make it interesting as you watch it. But then there's the exception. Like, I feel like a little bit like the beginning of Dark Knight, that bank robbery feels kind of like a heist.
Yeah, because they have everything timed out
with the bus, time breaking through the wall, and what goon is going to get killed at what time
in real time, like backstabbing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like increasing each of the person's.
That's funny. That's what he told me about you.
Yeah, like increasing each one's payout by the end of it by reducing the amount of bodies that get the money.
And William Fichtner's in it too. So,
Heist.
So that's how I differentiate it. And it's weird. Like, you have the crime genre, which could be somebody breaking out of jail, which is a subgenre, jailbreak movies. Drug-related crime. There's violent-related crime, gang-related crime, and this is theft, but it's a specific type of theft. So So what we're doing for this first episode, we both picked our own heist movie.
Yes.
And we're going to review them each here individually. And then next week, me and Joseph are agreed on what we're going to choose for each other. Mm-hmm. And we're going to watch those next week. And then we'll reach out to the Patreon and say, who do you guys want us to watch? And you have two choices. You want, here's these two movies you want to watch. And then me and Joseph will figure out. Maybe we'll both watch them both. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or we'll just split them up depending on who's seen what. But
yeah. And then there's like we kind of just talked about, like the heist genre has broadened into like, not just stealing valuables in terms of like financial valuables like money or jewelry or anything. Like there's an example here, looking at this Wikipedia article about heist movies, about a teen comedy called The Perfect Score, where they're trying to steal answers to the SAT.
That's fun.
Rather than actual like valuables.
That's cool.
Of the of like financial, like for financial gain essentially.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one. Perfect Score.
Yeah, came out in 2004.
Great title too.
Yeah.
Perfect Score. I like the heist, and they're trying to get a perfect score because they're going to have the answers.
Yeah.
Love it.
And according to this Wikipedia article, a heist film is focused on the planning, execution, and aftermath of a significant robbery.
That's what I think. I think that's what differentiates it from just a crime drama, is that you have to be part of the planning. Mm-hmm. And it's like one or maybe at the most two heists are the kind of cornerstone of it, because like say like the Italian Job, it's a heist at the beginning, in Italy, the actual Italian Job, which is great, and you're just kind of thrown into that. But then you get the crew planning the heist as payback for what Edward Norton's character does in the remake, and you're watching the planning, and you're seeing the assembling of the team, and they get it all together, and then the finale is the heist.
Yeah.
And you get to watch whether it's successful or not, and to what degree.
Yeah. And then you get a movie like Reservoir Dogs, where it's the aftermath. It's pretty much all the aftermath of a heist.
Anti-heist movie.
Yeah. So it's like they did the heist. There was no seeing of the planning really or anything.
They show flashbacks to before at the diner.
But mainly it's only of the aftermath and what they're going to do with it, with the money. And there's also like backstabbing as well in that. Or a two-face of some sorts.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's it either has all three of those things, the planning, execution, and aftermath, or just one of those three potentially. And so we're going to cover two right now. And I think first up, we're going to do Sexy Beast.
Meet Don Logan.
Cigarette. What? This? No, I'm not going to put it out.
Do what Don wants.
Who's behind this?
Teddy Bess.
Mr. Black Magic himself.
Do what Don says.
Are you saying no?
No.
What are you saying?
I'm just going to have to turn this opportunity down.
No, you're just going to have to turn this opportunity yes.
Because Don
Do the job.
doesn't.
I can't. You can.
I can't do.
Do it.
And I said no. No. Ben Kingsley. Sexy Beast.
Yeah.
Real quick teaser.
Yeah. So, Sexy Beast, this is my movie that I reviewed. This is directed by Jonathan Glazer, who has done a ton of really well-known movies, most recently The Zone of Interest. He also did Under the Skin. He's done a bunch of music videos with Massive Attack, Radiohead, and Jamiroquai. He did Birth. He did Sexy Beast, of course. And he's written a bunch of other stuff, too. Like, he wrote The Zone of Interest. He wrote Under the Skin. He wrote Birth. But, yeah, he did. Do you know he was the director of Virtual Insanity from Jamiroquai?
I did not.
That famous music video?
Virtual Insanity. With the moving room.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
He directed that. He also directed the Karma Police music video from Radiohead.
Oh, cool.
And Street Spirit, also known as Fade Out from Radiohead. Those were kind of like his big breakouts. And then Sexy Beast, this was like, I think his first feature. And I didn't know anything about this. All I've known is that it's a overly tanned guy on the poster laying on a pool lounger.
Yeah.
on this very, very pure white poolside. And he's laying there in the sun, and that's all I can see. What I didn't realize, because I didn't have the context of the movie, if you look at the actual poster, is you have a looming shadow looking over him, which is the shadow of Ben Kingsley's character, Don, who is basically saying, I'm going to come and recruit you for one more job. And so I'm going to read the cast here. Let me get to that page. This is released in the year 2000, written by Louis Malle and David Scinto. This was not one that he wrote. Starring Ray Winstone as Gal, Ben Kingsley as Don Logan, Ian McShane as Teddy Bass, Amanda Redman as Dee Dee Dove, James Fox as Harry, Kevin Kendall as H, Julianne White as Jackie, and Alvaro Monge as Enrique. A couple other people, don't need to mention them. That's kind of the core cast. And I love Ray Winstone in general. I think he's a great actor. I think he always lends a lot of texture to his characters. He's always very stoic, a great actor. He was in The Departed. He was in Beowulf. He was in Cold Mountain. Most recently, Damsel. He played the Millie Bobby Brown's dad or whatever. Yeah. He was the Papa Bear in Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Okay.
He was in The Gentleman. He was in, unfortunately, Cats. But he's great. He's got a great gravelly voice, a gruff voice, even in the year 2000. And then Ian McShane's got another great gravelly, gruff voice.
Yeah.
And then Ben Kingsley, who I think he's got. I mean, I would consider him. You don't really think of him when you're talking about best actors too much. But man, he's good. Like, I've never seen him phone in a performance ever. Never seen him give a bad performance, even when he's playing the Mandarin in the MCU movies.
Is it the Mandarin?
It's the Mandarin, because he said when he was revealed that he's not really a bad guy and he's just an actor.
Yeah.
He says, I said the Mandarin because I like the fruit. They think it's because I'm Chinese. I'm not Chinese. I don't look Chinese. I'm British. And or something like that.
Yeah.
But he is fucking menacing in this. And it's really hard to not compare this to Snatch or Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels, and or any of those. And I'm pretty sure Lock, Stock came out first, and then this, and then Snatch, I think, or kind of around the same time they were released. I want to say Snatch was also in the year 2000. Let's see here, Snatch movie, yep, 2000. So it's really hard not to compare them, because Ben Kingsley plays this overtly menacing. I don't know if you call him a mob boss in Britain, but he's like a gangsta. He's a proper gangster, and he's.
He kind of reminded me of
Bricktop.
Ray Fiennes' character in Bruges.
Yeah, that's a good call. Ray Fiennes in Bruges, Bricktop from Snatch, any of those types of characters where his name is known. He's known to be a psychopath, and Ray Winstone's character, Gal, he's retired basically from the business. It never says what he did or whatever, but you're like...
I think he was a safecracker.
Maybe.
I think that's what they say. That's what the IMDb says. Anyway.
It says safecracker on the IMDb, but I don't remember them referencing that, because they don't have to crack a safe for the heist in this one. It would have been easier probably to crack the safe, but anyways, he's left the life, he's retired, and he's moved from England to Spain. He's got his hacienda. He's got his bird with him, his lady, Dee Dee Dove. And then he's got two friends with him. He's got his friend H, and his wife, what's her name? Brittany? Barbara? Something like that. And she's not even listed on here. Oh, Jackie, that's it. Julianne White, Jackie. And they live also in Spain with him, so they must have been really close friends, and they all retired together out of the game. And they're living this somewhat lavish life.
Yeah,
and
they're in this kind of nice house.
Yeah. And he says, I don't have all the money in the world, but I have enough. And the first scene just lays out how ridiculous the character is, which is funny, because he's got fucking chutzpah. He's got a swagger about him, and he's laying on this lounger, crisping in the sun.
Yeah.
And it's an all white pool, all white poolside, all white loungers, and he's wearing these like reddish tan,
Sunburnt.
overbaked, yeah. And he's in this yellow little bikini bottom
Speedo.
and he's like, I am a man. Oh, I'm so manly. I'm at the peak of my physical game. Who wouldn't want this? Yeah. And he's just like mumbling to himself, and it's happening in world. It's not like it's VO, but as it pans to him, you can see his mouth. He's actually saying it to himself.
Yeah.
As the pool boy's like cleaning the pool, and then he reaches over and he grabs a wet washcloth. It's soaking in ice water, and then just puts it on his junk. He's like, "That's real nice." And he's just got this like aura. He's completely aura farming by the pool, and then clearly loves his wife. And a boulder rolls down the hill and splashes into his pool like an act of God, just like a tree falling down on my fucking car.
Yeah.
The boulder rolls down the hill, almost hits him, goes into the pool, sinks down the bottom of the pool. And the whole like interaction is goofy, you know. He's trying to tell his wife about the boulder in the pool while he's in the pool underwater, and he's like, boulder, but he's underwater. And it's got the subtitles, boulder. And really goofy. And then smash cut to they're all out for dinner, and the friends show up, and they look like they've seen a ghost. And they sit down, and he's like, what's wrong? And she basically says, I got a call from Don, and they want you to come back. Well, tell him I'm retired. You don't tell Don you're retired. I'm not going to tell him. You fucking tell him. And then you kind of get this idea of who the character of Don is, and then you're introduced to Ben Kingsley. And yeah, he's every bit of an unhinged psychopath as they led to believe. And it's in true bipolar sociopath fashion. It's like he's not a good guy. He's not a nice guy. He's rude and he's abrupt, and he wants things his way. He doesn't care who he pisses off when he says things. But it's not like he's ready to kill you at any moment's notice.
Yeah.
His character flip-flops through like calm crazy to I'm going to beat the fuck out of you with your own shoe crazy. Like at one point he's talking to himself in the mirror, and it's in the middle of the night, and he's staying at Gal's house, and he's talking to himself in the mirror, basically whipping himself up into a frenzy about how no one respects him. And he busts the door open into Gal's room while him and his wife are sleeping, and punches him in the head. It's like, you fucking think I'm a fucking idiot. Out of nowhere, just because he had thoughts in his own head that betrayed him, and now he thinks this guy, he's an idiot. So the whole thing is probably an hour of this hour and 27 minute long movie.
Yeah, it's very short.
It's nice and short.
Yeah. Nice and tight, like those Speedos.
Yeah, and about an hour of the hour and 27 minute runtime is him insisting, Gal insisting, that he's not going to do this job.
Yeah.
And then Don saying, yeah, you fucking are. And the poster says yes or yes on there. And there's a lot of that where it's like, you're not going to do the job. You're not up to it. You are fucking up to it. You're going to go and take the fucking job. You're going to be there on Friday. I vouched for you. You're going to be there. And he's like, I can't do it, Don. I'm out of the game. You know, and this is them arguing back and forth about, and it's like he wants to assert himself and say, I'm not going to do this. I'm retired. I'm living in fucking Spain because I wanted to get away from this. I got my wife here. I got my friends here. I'm out of that world. And Don will not take no for an answer, quite literally. And he ends up going back to London and does the job. And the job is breaking into a safe deposit box room in this like very secure bank. And Ian McShane plays like kind of a boss above Ben Kingsley. I mean, maybe they were compatriots. They're kind of on the same level, but they're not. They're in the same world. They're both psychopaths. And he's the one who orchestrated the whole thing. And he puts something in a safe deposit box to get access to kind of scope the place out. And then he realizes there's a wall over here, empty wall with nothing on it. And he finds out that there's a bathhouse on the other side of that. So they decide to dig through the pool underwater, chisel through the wall to get into this secure facility to get all the contents of these, you know, dozens of safety deposit boxes. And in the process of that, they're flooding the safety deposit. So it's all done with scuba gear and stuff. It's a very weird plan.
Yeah, it is very odd. I remember that being like, they got to drill through the wall.
Chisel, like jackhammer through the wall.
Yeah.
And then they get in and it's like, why do they need this fucking guy? He's a fat, washed up old dude, you know? Not fat, but he's like, all these other guys are like skinny, young, spry guys.
Mm-hmm.
And he's clearly like in retirement mode. Like he's not in the prime shape of his life. Hasn't done a job in years, we believe. And, but he wants him. So, the amount of time that you see the heist, you don't even hear about what the job is until he gets to the job.
Oh, yeah.
You're alluded to that they're going to break into this safety deposit box room at the bank.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about the extent of it. You find out the details the day of the job as the audience member.
Mm-hmm.
So in that sense, it didn't feel like a heist movie. It felt like a movie that had a heist in it. And instead of hearing the machinations of the heist and the details about it, you hear the machinations of the relationship between the guy that wants him to do the heist and the guy that will be one of 8 guys that do the heist.
Yeah. Who's really crucial to this heist, apparently. Yeah.
Because like if he's a safecracker, fucking great, but they're using jackhammers the whole time.
Why do you
rent day laborers, my guy, you know?
Yeah, why do you need a safecracker to jackhammer?
Yeah. I mean,
who is he the one that came up with that plan?
No.
Nope. Okay, then.
So there's like, it's not an airtight story, but at the same time, the characters are fucking phenomenal. Like, I love Ben Kingsley.
I mean, the dynamic is this movie came out in 2000.
Yeah.
And In Bruges came out in like 2008 or something.
Let's see.
I want to say. And the dynamic between them is a little bit like Brendan Gleeson and Ray Fiennes.
Oh, wait, you got it. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Because you have it's obviously a very different scenario.
Mm-hmm.
They're hitmen.
Yeah.
And these are just bank robbers. One is just, I don't want to do it. And the other guy's like, no, I want you to do it.
Yeah.
That's more of the whole movie than the actual planning of the heist or anything like that. But because of the heist being like such a central point for this character, Don's character, is like, it reaches that level of making it a heist movie.
Yeah. Yeah, and there are times the whole time I'm like, why don't they just fucking kill this guy? He's clearly no one's gonna miss him. But then I'm like, well, he's connected to organized crime. So
which guy? Don?
Don, yeah.
Oh.
Like, you're in Spain, you're on my territory now.
Yeah.
And have you seen Resurrection with Rebecca Hall and Tim Roth? Came out a few years back. It's like a psychological thriller horror.
Mm-mm.
That entire movie is about gaslighting. And Tim Roth is this abusive ex that she has, and he comes back into her life, and she's like a high power CEO now, very well taken care of, and is all self-made. And he comes back into her life, and she's like, I don't want you here. You can't be here.
Mm-hmm.
You've abused me enough. And he's just like, I'll leave if you do me a kindness. And a kindness to him is like this weird torture routine. Like, he's like, I want you to walk to work tomorrow, no shoes.
Uh-huh.
It's like 80 blocks in New York City. And she like just does it. She's like, okay, fine. If you make you leave me alone, then I'll do it. And she just fucking does it. And she's like, almost like self-humiliation, self-destruction.
Yeah.
Because he has this weird psychological power over her.
Mm-hmm.
It is a true gem of a psychological horror. I fucking loved it. It's one of my favorite movies of that year. I want to say it was 2020 or 2021. This has tones of that because Gal, Ray Winstone's character, has such a swagger to him.
Mm-hmm.
And the second his name is brought up, Don's name is brought up, everybody has the wind taken out of their sails. And they're all just waiting for the other shoe to drop, and they're all just dreading what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then when he shows up, they're little like abused children whose their angry drunk dad is home. You know what I mean?
There's on edge.
Yeah, and he's like systematically, slowly making it worse and worse and worse and worse, to the point where it's like, at first he was just like, nice house, kind of remote though. He's like, wow, we really like it. He's like, your wife's a porn star. There's a bunch of guys back home that still have a weekly wank to her. They meet up on every Wednesday. They call it the Wednesday wank. All the girls that you could have had, gorgeous gal back in the day, consummate coxman. You could have had anybody. You had to pick her. Terrible, terrible thing, tying yourself down to a porn bird. And it's like he's saying that while she's in the other room and clearly can hear and stuff. And it's like he's just like asserting this weird bully dominance over them. And it's 4 grown adults, 2 of which are gangsters, 2 are the wives of the gangsters. And then this outside force comes in, and he spends 45 minutes of the runtime tormenting them. And then you see this heist, and it's not a particularly interesting heist.
Yeah.
Kind of confusing at best. Like, I feel like you and I probably could have come up with a better plan than that, you know? Could have drained the pool before they went in. Would have made it easier, at least less messy. So, in that sense, I don't think it's a great heist movie. Yeah. But I fucking loved it.
For its other elements.
Yeah, for other non-heist elements, I loved it. I thought it was a really interesting character study on like the dynamics of power and, you know, Ben Kingsley's, I will remember his character of Don for a long time. And then there's this other aspect to it, the way that Jonathan Glazer shot it, where there's some interesting camera angles and some interesting kind of camera movements and stuff. But then the fact that the boulder kicks off this entire thing, like he's just soaking in the aura, and then this boulder comes down and almost kills him. And he said, "You could have come home to a squash husband, Dee Dee. I'm serious. I almost died. But I didn't." And then I was thinking, okay, so I already know the ending. He's going to survive. And that's going to be it. Because that's this force, this outside force that he didn't expect comes into his life, almost kills him. Yeah. Which is Don, obviously. So I liked that. And then there's these weird like dream sequences that he experiences that almost looks like a Donnie Darko rabbit. But it's like more gangly and more hairy. He looks like a cross between the Donnie Darko rabbit and the Grinch. Jim Carrey's the Grinch, but all gray. And he sees these visions of him like eating a steak dinner, and this rabbit comes in riding a horse, and he pulls like an Uzi and he's going to kill him. And then it cuts to Ian McShane sitting down at the table with him. Yeah. And it's like, I assume that is just the past life coming back to haunt him, whether he wanted it or not. And why it had to be a shaggy 6-foot tall rabbit, I don't know. Yeah. But creative license, Jonathan Glazer took it, and I thought it was really cool. Yeah. So, what do you remember feeling about the movie? Because you've seen it.
Yeah. I remember feeling sweaty. Yeah. It's just like they're in that hot Spain sun, and he's just like greased up all the time. It felt like also maybe it was very humid. Like, and he's wearing like these suits and like with the top button open. It felt very like Florida. Esque.
I thought it was LA at first until everybody was speaking Spanish. Yeah. Then I was still like, oh, not sure.
Because it's like in a desert almost, right? It's like a desert terrain.
Yeah, he's on the like lowlands up on the hillside, so it's kind of halfway desert.
I remember it being like funnier than like I thought it was gonna be.
It's funny like Snatch is funny.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Ben Kingsley's character just being like he's on the spectrum.
Yeah. He's a psychopathic autist.
Yeah. A person with autism who is a terrifying gangster. Yeah. or a mob boss of some sorts. I remember that specifically. And yeah, I just remember like putting it on and like being surprised. The runtime was kind of what allured me, and then Jonathan Glazer being attached to it, and then just like the title itself, Sexy Beast, along with the poster, it's just kind of all these things added up to like gaining my interest in watching it in the first place, and then watching it and like kind of being like not knowing what to expect with a name like Sexy Beast. I think I didn't know anything about it.
I was shocked that it was on the heist list when we were looking up like top rated heist movies to get ideas for this. Yeah. I was like, I had no idea there was a heist movie.
I totally forgot about that element.
Because I just don't think that that's the primary component, which to me makes it feel like it doesn't really qualify for being a heist movie. Yeah. Which is, I mean, we're learning something, unfortunately, when reviewing a movie that is not specifically a heist movie, but that's okay.
There's a heist involved, and the reason why he's there, that kind of drives his character to go to Spain, Don's character, to have this whole conversation in the first place. But yeah, the heist itself is like lackluster.
There is a storytelling element where Ben Kingsley's laying out how he came to find this heist. And it's like him telling a story about hearing a story from someone else, and then he's relaying that back to Gal. And then as he's telling it, sometimes you see it actually happening, and sometimes you see him telling the conversation to Gal, and sometimes one of the characters in the dramatization or whatever asks a question, and then Gal responds to it. There was a good editing component there, and that felt very Guy Ritchie also. But the weird like orgy party where it all started was like unnecessary details about characters, which was kind of funny. Like Ian McShane is this terrifying mob boss, but he's also a power bottom apparently. You find that out in that flashback. So that's about the extent of like showing the planning of like how this heist came to be. It doesn't even get into the, like I said, the details of the actual heist until you see it unfolding right in front of your eyes. You're just like, oh, it's a safety deposit box room, and then that's it. So yeah, I probably
You liked it.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Grade?
I probably give it A minus. I liked it a lot. If I were to grade it as a heist movie, though, it's probably like a C plus.
Yeah,
just because it's like I want the chicanery. I want the what do they call that? When you're like a grift. I want to see the grift, and I just that part left me wanting a lot more. But goddamn, Ray Winstone is good in this, and Ben Kingsley is even better. So I think he was nominated for a Academy Award from this too.
Really,
Kingsley, yeah,
crazy.
Let's see here. Nominated for 1 Oscar. Yeah, I'm 99% sure it was. Yep, Best Actor in a Supporting Role, Ben Kingsley.
Oh, cool.
2002 nominee.
Seems like such a small movie, and then that kind of gets pulled out of it. That's dope.
And it's weird because it was released in 2000, but it made it to the 2002 Oscars. So maybe it was ahead of... Maybe it released in 01 in America.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
probably.
Interesting though. So like Sexy Beast, not a heist movie.
Yeah,
not a heist movie.
Not really.
But oh shit, that was what a I can see why Glazer was given more autonomy to do what he wanted after this, because it's cool. Very, very slick movie.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that was Sexy Beast. And where did you watch that streaming wise? Was it available?
You know what? I thought it was streaming for free on Prime. So I queued up this morning after I took all the branches off the car. And I had to rent it for $3 on Prime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it was worth the rent.
Cool. Sexy Beast. And up next is the movie that I watched. And the movie that I watched is Masterminds.
A fortune is missing from a regional bank. Police are calling it one of the largest cash heists ever on American soil. The estimated haul, $17 million. Authorities have no leads as to the identity of these criminal masterminds.
Let's do it. Let's rob Loomis Fargo.
Oh, David!
Oh!
I think that bullet just went straight between your cheeks.
Yeah, it feels like it just grazed my biscuits right there betwixt them.
Dear merciful Lord, it's me, David.
Is he praying?
Forgive me for stealing all this loot.
He's praying.
I promise I'm going to do something noble with it, like opening a teen camp for at-risk horses.
He's so lame.
So, who do y'all want me to kill?
Not in front of.
Oh, is it one of them?
No.
Yes, mate, just hold on. I'm right here. Don't worry about a thing. Lord, that's a cheap door.
You gotta give me a 3 count next time.
Brace your boobies.
What?
Sometimes the only way out is through.
It was a strong fence.
Yeah, very strong. Or a very weak car. Masterminds, released in 2016, directed by one Jared Hess, director of Napoleon Dynamite, Nacho Libre, Gentleman Broncos, this movie. And most
Minecraft movie.
Oh yeah, and now most recently the Minecraft movie and probably the sequel, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Starring Zach Galifianakis, Owen Wilson, Kristen Wiig, Jason Sudeikis, Kate McKinnon, John Daly, Ken Marino have small parts, and yeah. But the main character being Zach Galifianakis, who plays David Gant, and this is based on a true story, a true bank robbery heist with it's very, very similar to the real life story.
Okay.
I would say that they took, and they used the same names. David Gant is the actual guy's name.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he was a consultant on this movie.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the credits of this movie, you see him on set sort of being the sort of
Does he have that haircut?
no.
Okay.
At least I don't know at the time. Maybe he did. That might have just been a Jared Hess additive.
Yeah.
There.
Feels Hess-esque.
Hessish. And Owen Wilson plays Steve Chambers, who is sort of the instigator of robbing the armored car from this of the $17 million. And Kristen Wiig is a co-worker of Zach Galifianakis' character, who is a armored car security guard who drives around the armored car with the money and drops it off to banks. And they sort of develop a kind of romantic relationship. David Gant is married to Kate McKinnon in this, but he seems to be sort of like not that romantically involved. There's this whole scene of them taking couples portraits, and they're wearing jorts, and it's like really like stereotypical, kind of like very jokey type of portraits that are played seriously in this. A lot of silly stuff in this. And of the Jared Hess filmography, I wouldn't say this is the weakest. I would say Minecraft is the weakest, but
I enjoyed Minecraft more than this.
Masterminds?
Yeah.
You said you haven't watched it.
As I'm watching the trailer, I realized I did watch this.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, I've seen this movie.
But of his previous three, I would say this is the least favorite. A little bit more mainstream too, with the cast as well.
Yeah, big names.
Yeah. And the details of the real story are not that far off from what happens in the movie. I would say that what Jared Hess did with David Gant's character is that he made him just a little bit more silly and stupid. But even then, in the real life story, it was the crime itself, the robbery itself, was so poorly executed and poorly planned. Like even when David Gant was putting the money into the vehicle, he like did a little dance on camera.
Okay. Because
he forgot to disable a third camera.
Okay.
He disabled two of them, but he didn't know about a third one, and so they were really easy to find. And even the whole like him going to Mexico with like a small amount of the money, he went there with like 50 grand to get by and lay low. That actually happened, and Chambers, Owen Wilson's character, actually hired a hitman to go and kill him after he started asking for more money when he ran out.
Really?
And Jason Sudeikis plays the hitman in this. I enjoyed his character a lot. So like it's not that as crazy as like the movie sort of like paints it. It's like not that far off from what actually happened.
Yeah.
And apparently, according to the movie statistics or the movie facts at the end, it's like it was the largest cash heist, I think, in
17 million, right?
In on American soil.
What bank has 17 million in it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Loomis Fargo, apparently.
Loomis Fargo. It is a heist movie. I would say that. There's definitely a lot of planning, the execution, the poor execution of it, and then the aftermath. And it's a comedy heist, or heist comedy. Comedy first, I think.
Yeah.
It's definitely has the Jared Hess flavor, that Mormon comedy. It's overall like decently funny. There's some good like chuckles. It's like good moments, but not consistent. I'm reviewing it as a comedy now, but like when he gets the money and he's on his way to go to Mexico, they give him this really like ridiculous disguise with like this, like the wig from Gentleman Broncos that Sam Rockwell wears. Like there was this long, straight white wig. and then with bangs, and then they give him contacts that are like cat eyes, and he is at airport security, and they're like looking at him, and he's just staring at them like it's normal.
Mm-hmm.
And then at one point, one of the contacts goes sideways. So it's like, it's a very silly, for sure. And it's funny because as a heist movie, it's such a poorly executed heist.
Yeah.
That it's almost like the heist movie antithesis a little bit in terms of like the planning and execution, because it is so poorly done. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot else to say about it other than like, if you like Jared Hess movies, this is not even a movie that he wrote though. It's one of the first movies that he didn't write.
Yeah.
That he also directed. And I feel like it might, I don't know if that has anything to do with the output or the outcome of the movie itself.
Maybe. I feel like my problem I have with a lot of Jared Hess movies is that, because they're really hit and miss for me. Love Nacho Libre, the wholesomeness of it.
Mm-hmm.
Love Napoleon Dynamite. It's true lightning in a bottle. I think the problem I have is that most of the comedy can boil down to, wow, this is so random. Isn't that funny? Look at this guy's haircut. Isn't that funny? Look at this person's name is Jandis. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
And I think the majority of like hey, let's do these goofy couples photography things that last like a scene lasts like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like it's fine, but it's like really low hanging fruit for the comedy, and it's like you can't really tell when that's gonna work or when it's not gonna work. But without having the heart of something like Nacho Libre, that like wholesome comedy, it's almost like trying to be edgy wholesome comedy, I feel like. Yeah,
there's definitely a line of like this is a joke, or this is supposed to be funny, and you should be laughing now.
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh, that's funny kind of reaction to like the jorts, that photo shoot scene. I'm like, in like 2015 that might have been funnier, but
or if you were 13.
Ironic, this movie came out in 2016.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the whole thing to me is it's hanging a lot of the weight of the movie on just the goofiness of the characters instead of the situation, and the situation is funny on its own. So I don't know.
Yeah, maybe in the hands of a different comedic director, could have been better, because it's not great, and it's not necessarily like, I wouldn't not recommend it, but
I would not recommend
I wouldn't say it's not a bad movie. It's just not great, or that good or stand outish. And of the Jared Hess movies, it is the weakest, probably, or one of the weakest.
Yeah, and I didn't love a Minecraft movie, but I also, it wasn't made for me. And it's like, this type of movie should be made for me. It's not catered to children like the Minecraft movie is.
Oh no.
Yeah. So it should be right up my alley, but it missed big time. And I don't remember even watching it. That's not a really good sign at all. Only when we started watching the trailer, I'm like, yeah, I've seen this scene. Yeah, I've seen this scene. I've seen that too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen the whole thing. I've seen this movie. It was my pre-Letterboxd days, so I don't have it logged.
Yeah, like the haircut that he gives Zach Galifianakis is it necessary? Is it just like to make this character just
that much goofier?
Be goofy, be silly, be. It's not like an accident, like that he has this haircut. He has this haircut because he's a dork.
Yeah,
is that
I guess
the intention there?
I guess
he talks with this like sort of flamboyant Southern accent, because Southern accents can be funny, with like a lisp almost.
Yeah, he's a dandy. Also, he's a little feminine.
Yeah,
in the way he carries himself.
But that's kind of like, it kind of fits with Zach Galifianakis' sort of the way he acts in some movies.
He does have that shtick to a degree. It's funny to see him pop up in stuff as a serious role sometimes.
I've seen it in a serious role.
There was this one movie that it was set in a submarine, and he was just one of the sailors on the submarine. I'm like, there's no way that's him.
Is this an older movie?
Relatively older.
Okay.
I'm gonna look through his
I mean, that
catalog.
kind of started with The Hangover and him being Russell. What's his name? Russell or something?
His name was Alan.
Alan.
Yeah.
That's right. That kind of stereotype.
He's serious in Birdman, I guess, a little bit.
Is he in Birdman?
Yeah, he's his assistant.
Oh, right.
Or like showrunner or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, he kind of just fell back into like, I'm a silly guy. I'm like kind of pudgy, and I have a silly haircut and a silly accent.
Mm-hmm.
And they definitely his character is like definitely more taken advantage of than in what I imagine in the real life version of this is.
Yeah,
because in the real life version, he's like very game with the robbery.
Mm-hmm.
That's put on, and it starts off as like a joke because he's in the real life version, he's making like $8 an hour, working like 80 hours a week, and through the start of a joke, like what if we robbed the place? Kind of like how in the movie, it gets brought up to Steve Chambers, who Owen Wilson plays, and then that kind of like gets the ball rolling, and everyone's on the same page. It's not like they're trying to use him, necessarily, at least in the beginning. But then they send him down to Mexico, and they're like, "Well, he's got 50 grand. We have like
17 million minus 50 grand,
$16.5 million or 16, whatever,
16.9 million.
Like we have no reason to send him any money,
Yeah,
But he keeps asking for it, and
it's just like Wild Things.
Yeah. So, minus the teacher romance,
Minus all the nudity,
but minus all the wild and things. But yeah,
what's a grade on this? What do you put this? Give it a grade as a movie, and then a grade as a heist movie.
As a movie, it's like a C plus.
Okay,
As a comedy.
Okay,
It's a comedy movie,
yeah.
and it's primarily what it is.
Okay.
As a heist movie, I like the accuracy to the real life situation. I think it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's supposed to be a poorly executed heist,
so you
in that regard, it'd be like an A.
So you got all of the like planning ahead of it. You got the execution. You got the aftermath. You got a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and then you got the sort of the aftermath and the conclusion of like what happened to them.
Mm-hmm.
David Gant spent 7 years in jail, and then he got out in 5
Wow.
on parole, and he was like he's a consultant on this movie. I think he has a cameo in it.
Yeah, he does. He's in the diner. It says.
And then the other 2 were in jail, were in prison for longer. And I think only everybody except for one person pleaded guilty.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And 24 people were arrested.
24?
Yeah, I don't know how. Like
They all pleaded guilty except for one?
I guess so.
That's interesting.
Yeah, according to the trivia, that's what it said. It said, I didn't even know that there was that many people involved. There were some like innocent people who were charged because they essentially gave them. Oh no, this was in the real life situation. He basically like aided them somehow, like put your money in the safety deposit box or my safety. I don't know exactly, but they essentially just kind of played a small part in helping out the criminals or whatever. But yeah, it is kind of a bummer that the story with the largest sum of money stolen, some of cash stolen, the movie that gets made about it isn't that great.
Yeah. I found that movie, the submarine movie. It's called Below. It's from 2002.
Mm-hmm.
It's directed by David Twohy, who did
That sounds familiar.
Pitch Black.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Chronicles of Riddick and all those movies. And he was also a writer for G.I. Jane and The Fugitive.
Oh.
Written by Darren Aronofsky.
Written by who?
Darren Aronofsky.
Oh, Darren Aronofsky.
Yeah, Aronofsky and David Twohy and Lucas Sussman all wrote Below.
Oh.
And stars Bruce Greenwood and really nobody else that I recognize.
Below. What's it?
Holt McCallany's in it.
What's it got? What's his
Jonathan
name?
Hartman.
Is it good? Supposedly.
I don't remember it. I just remember watching it and thinking, the fuck is Zach Galifianakis doing in this movie?
What's its IMDb rating?
6.1.
Oh, okay. Average.
And Masterminds is
5.8 or something.
Masterminds awards nominated for one award, 2016 St. Louis Film Critics Association Worst Film of the Year nominee.
Damn.
Yeah,
It's a bit harsh.
Yeah, it is harsh.
It's got a 5.9.
I know. Below is the crew of a U.S. naval submarine in World War II rescues survivors from a sunken ship, only to face a series of mysterious deaths and supernatural occurrences.
Mm-hmm.
Supernatural horror, mystery, action, suspense, thriller.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fine movie. It's not gonna hit maybe comedy wise for everybody.
Yeah,
for most people, but
I think if you're a Jared Hess stan, it's probably worth it.
Jared Hess purist.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for our two movie reviews, and we're about to assign movies to each other right now. Right?
Yeah, next week.
That's the plan.
Yeah, next week we have assigned movies. We've already decided in advance. So Joseph, what am I watching?
Pete will be watching a classic, I think it's hailed as, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Never seen it.
Yeah, I've never seen it either.
And Robert Redford plays one of the characters.
Paul Newman is also in it.
Yeah, and that's what Sundance Film Festival is named after. Because
Rob
Redford plays the Sundance Kid. He must.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've never seen it before. Didn't know it was a heist movie.
Yeah, me either. I thought it was like a Western.
Yeah, I think it's a Western heist movie.
Okay.
And Joseph will be watching Dog Day Afternoon.
Yes, two classics of sorts.
And Dog Day, I think you said you've seen like some scenes.
I've seen when I was younger, my dad I think watched it, and I was in the room, and I remember some moments of it. I didn't remember the plot at all.
Directed by Sidney Lumet. It's starring
John Cazale.
Yeah, Al Pacino, John Cazale, Carol Kane is in it. Gary Springer, recognize him. Charles Durning, Lance Hendrickson.
Yeah,
and it's also based off a true story.
Yeah,
so
another true story. Nice.
When I watched this one for the first time a few years back, I was blown away by it. I thought it was just fantastic.
Dog Day Afternoon, streaming only for free on Hoopla.
It's surprisingly progressive. I'll just say that.
Yeah, and then Butch Cassidy is only rentable.
Okay, got just blind buy it.
$3, $4.
$4 is a cheaper commitment. Let's do that. All right, so this, if you're listening to this, as it's released on its initial release, you'll know it's a week after the Gab and Chatter. We're splitting the episodes up. We're doing one release 1 week, one release the next week. So we'll record in 2 weeks from now. We'll get those out there, and then once we do those, we're going to reach out to the Patreon members and say, what 2 movies do you want us to watch that are heist movies?
Yeah.
You pick stuff that we've seen before, stuff that we haven't seen before. Let's have a conversation about it. So you can do that through the Patreon. You can do that through the Facebook group, whatever you like. But we want to get you involved, just like we were doing before. And for now, we're going to do Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid and Dog Day Afternoon.
Cool.
All right. Anything else, Joseph?
No. What day are we releasing these episodes?
Wednesdays.
Yeah,
Wednesdays. If you guys want them on Monday, let me know. But Wednesdays makes it a little bit easier because we record on Saturdays. I could just stay through and just edit continually, but then we have it's gonna be like a 7-hour day of work. So if we do it on Wednesdays, I can have all the way until Tuesday night to finalize it, edit it, make the thumbnail, get it up for everybody, and I'll just do both at the same time. So just get them knocked out for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But anyways, until next time. Thank you for joining us as we review Sexy Beast and Masterminds. Follow us next week as we review Dog Day Afternoon and Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/MCFC podcast, and send us an email, mcfcpodcast@gmail.com.
And follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Middle Class Film Class, and on Twitter at Podcast MCFC.
All right, it's been a blast. Thank you all for supporting us. Thank you for sitting through as we work through the kinks with our new format, and we will see you next time.
See ya.